Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another Daily Masters cast. We're going to be casting an absolutely epic game here today. And let's start off looking at the players playing in this map. So up the top right side of the map is Mr. Snute, one of the best out there. And I should probably mention this is for the WCS Season 2 European WCS Premier League round at 32. That was a mouthful, but whatever, let's get moving. It is going to be Mr. Snute, 24 years of age, from Norway, plays for Team Liquid, and yes, he is very, very awesome. Using some sort of mineral trick to group up and then all attack the pylon at once. So they group up and then they attack all at the same time. They get a major amount of damage. Very, very nice stuff, and actually have managed to push this off. So I gotta say, really, really nice play by Snute there to actually hold that off. And I only got glimpses of it because I was still talking about Snute, but I'm fairly sure he grouped his workers up by selecting the minerals there. They all grouped up, and then he selected them all and attacked the pylon. And what happened was, you had however many probes he has, like 15 or 14, all hitting the pylon at the same time. And usually you'd only have like 3 or 4 attacking it, because that's all you can get in range, but he managed to get 14 attacking at the time using the mineral trick. So very, very, very interesting stuff. And his opponent, who was trying to do something fancy there, but it didn't quite work, he is Mr. Kerr. I do believe that's how it's pronounced, Mr. Kerr. He is 25 years of age, from Lithuania, and not currently part of a team, although he was part of Alien Invasion until mid-June this year. So very good. Haven't run into Kerr before, haven't run into anybody from Lithuania before, I believe, so it's going to be interesting to see how he does. But of course he is going to be facing Snute, and Snute, of course, one of the best, and in fact is going for the gold base nice and fast in this battle. If he manages to hold this, if Kerr cannot take this out nice and early, then Snute is going to have a massive, massive advantage. And given how much of an excellent player Snute is, I don't think there's any chance of him losing this game if he manages to take this base, because Kerr is just going to be too far behind. So we need some fast scouting from Kerr, and we need some fast offense coming out from him to shut this base down as soon as possible. It looks like the hatchery is going to go down, and it looks like it is going to be scouted as well, I do believe. Yes, there's a worker coming over here, is going to see the hatchery. Yes, he does see the hatchery going down there, and be looking to see some very, very fast play coming out from Mr. Kerr to sort of deny this. Get out some fast forces, maybe a couple of gateways instead of whatever tech he was focusing on. There we go, there's another 2 gateways, so that's very, very nice. And yeah, we'll see if he can push out and do anything about this base. There's already so many workers bloody mining there. What has Snute got to defend this base? That is going to be the question. He's got some lings, and that's pretty much it. He's just starting ling speed, so defenses on this base not really going to be there. So Kerr does have an opportunity. 3 or 4 stalkers at this point would be able to do a fantastic job there. He's still getting the second 2 gateways, and gate tech is still a bit on the way, but he's going to have a pylon down there, so he may be able to push through here. If he's very quick, he might be able to make it in front of the roaches. There is going to be a spore crawler though, obviously blocking Stargate tech, but no Stargate tech is going to be on the way, so that's not something that Snute really has to worry about. And yes, are we going to see something coming here? So the gate tech is on the way. He's going to morph these guys out. The next couple of minutes are going to be crucial. The next minute is going to be crucial because he needs to shut this down. And the roach warren is down. 5 roaches are out. If he can shut this base down without getting taken out by roaches, then Kerr has a chance. If he can't touch this base, if he can't shut it down, I think he is boned, absolutely boned, because Snute is extremely good at macro at the best of times, but with the early gold base, he is just going to absolutely demolish everybody. So we got 6 zealots coming out. Very, very nice. No zealot speed, obviously, but we do have an immortal coming out. That's going to be great versus the roaches, but Snute's starting to get out an insane amount of roaches here. So it may be too late already. The zealots are just the worst option for throwing against roaches. I mean, stalkers, maybe they could have microed around a bit, done some damage to the roaches, held off until the immortal came to help, but the zealots, it is just going to be a meat grinder in here, and I don't think they even killed too many workers, just 2 workers going down there. So zealots not going to be the way to go. And he does have 2 immortals though, he does have a bunch of sentries. Getting out a few stalkers would be excellent as well, but Kerr is already behind in this game. I mean, income wise, his worker count is not too bad, but 13 behind is, you know, it's okay, but it's not okay because there is a gold base there, and Snoot's income is got to be through the roof, man. Look at that, over 2,000 easy mining this gold base, so he's looking very, very good at this point. His army is starting to go through the roof, roaches all over the place. Kerr is doing exactly what he needs to in terms of building immortals, but I think he's missed his opportunity. I think the fact that this base has been mining for so long is just going to be it. Snute has an advantage, he's just going to keep pushing it, and he's not going to screw up here. I mean, there's a small possibility that these guys may be able to take out the base, but Snute has such a large army at this point of the game that I don't think it's going to happen. I think Snute is just going to take these guys out and absolutely own them. Look at it, he's doing a beautiful flank. Roaches coming from the bottom side. The force fields going well, but the roaches coming in from the backside does warp out, and Snute quite easily stops the main force from getting to his 4th base, from getting to that gold base. And Kerr falling back, and it's just more time that's lost. Time is not on Kerr's favour at the moment. The longer he waits, the stronger that Snute gets, and now we've got Hydralisk coming out. So that's just another nail in the coffin. None of these units are very good versus Hydralisk. Maybe the Zealots, if they had speed, would be okay, but not really. He needs the Colossus. He's getting the Colossus, but he needs the income. He needs the macro, and with that gold base out there, I mean, Snute is doing a phenomenal job on just 3 bases at the moment. He doesn't even need a 4th base because his income is so insane, but I would not be surprised to see him taking a 3rd base in the next minute or so. But we'll just have to see. We've got the Hydra scouted, we've got the Colossus coming out, Colossus range. It's going to be interesting. He's going to have 1 Colossus out if Snute decides to attack now, but yeah, what else is going to happen? Snute may just play it safe. He may go for Vipers. He's getting a hive, so I'm guessing Vipers are going to be coming out, ready to counter the Colossus play. There they go. Very, very nice. And yeah, so there's going to be a 2nd Colossus, hopefully out, but Colossus are no longer a threat for Snute's army. I mean, all he needs is a few Vipers, and just taking the Colossus out of the picture is going to be nice and easy. He's got the Hydra numbers, 21 so far, which is quite scary. Kerr's army is just looking very weak in comparison. The Colossus are a big force, but the Colossus have been firmly countered by the Vipers. So I do believe that Snute is just going to wait until he gets his Vipers up, nice and full of energy, and then he's just going to roll in and start destroying stuff. Kerr has not even got a 3rd base yet, so he's... yeah, his income is... I don't know. I mean, he's probably got more important things to worry about than getting a 3rd base. But at the 15-minute mark, when you've got more important things to worry about than getting a 3rd base, you really are in trouble. So, yeah, he's going to get the 3rd base. I think he has to at some point. But I think he may be just worrying about fending off this attack. And he's not going to be able to. This attack is going to come in, and I do believe is going to beat him. He's looking at doing something here, just moving around, trying to keep an eye on stuff. The Colossus are, some of them are near the front, so he's got to work on keeping them towards the back a little bit. I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference, though. A couple of Spore Crawlers getting in there just to be a little bit of a nuisance. Actually was trying to micro down the Mothership Core. If that thing dies, that's going to be bad news. Mothership Core just about to go down. The Vipers tried to pull the Colossus out, got one of them pretty close. Didn't manage to kill it though, and the Vipers actually running low on energy. They don't have enough for Abduct, which gives Kerr a little bit more time. He's going to fall back, but is a relatively well-planned fall back. So he's in a good position, and he managed to hold off that engagement. The Vipers not having enough energy, not managing to shut down the Colossus. Very, very nice stuff. But Kerr is pushing out here, and I don't know if this is a good idea. I mean, Snute is still in a good position. 1 Colossus goes down. The Viper is going to be moving out. Doesn't have enough energy for the other Colossus, and the Colossus manages to fall back. So they're still holding out. The Immortals doing a fantastic job, I think, taking care of the roaches, and Kerr has come back somewhat in this game. I thought he was going to get owned over here, but he did not. Manage to hold on through a variety of factors, but moving out to attack Snoot's base. Yeah, it was an interesting sort of situation. The best idea would have been for him to stick back, get that third base, go nuts on a bit of macro, and just build up your forces. But in the long term, I think Snute was building up even faster, so that was not going to work. But running out, going right into Snoot's territory and trying to have a crack, I mean, Kerr's forces was enough to push Snute back, but they weren't enough to completely topple him. So Snute, with a bit of reinforcements, more than enough to take on whatever Kerr sent at him. So unfortunate, but yeah, Snute, I mean, he's an awesome player, and I think we've seen in this game that he is more awesome than Kerr. So that's all we have to say about this game. Thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with another game. Stay tuned.